All right. Thanks so much, you guys, for coming to our meeting today. And I'm really, really excited. I have a really hot topic. It's great to talk about and something really easy for you guys to apply to your business. And I know that Noelle does this, so she'll probably have to like chime in with me and help me out on it. But I want to, first of all, those of you that can talk and that, want to talk right now, if you would like to just kind of like give us a win from the week, a business win if you have one. If you don't have one, just give us a personal win. That's fine. But I think we could all use a little dose of positivity. And I'm like talking about school stuff, which I know I shouldn't because I'm like super negative about it, and I shouldn't be just starting to talk like with my negative connotations about schooling. Although I will say it is getting a little bit better, but day by day. But I'll just start off by saying that, for me, a win has been, I have been planning and working on my like welcome sequence for emails. And so I'm really close to being finished with that and get that locked and loaded and rolling. So that's been a win for me. It's little, again, I don't have a lot of computer time, so it's little, but it's happening. So that's a win for the Mama Crush and for Business Casual. So I'm very excited about that. And next, Ashley, you want to go?
Sure. This past week, I redesigned my whole entire website, the Virtual Mama, and I added 2 blog posts. And for the fact of not sleeping at night, I didn't sleep for 2 nights because I couldn't leave it alone.
Right.
It was bugging me that the website was not done. And I started from scratch with a whole new theme and everything. And when I uploaded the theme, I lost everything.
Oh gosh,
so,
that's not cool. Yeah. Well, I think that's awesome though that you like stuck to it and you didn't give up and you got it done. So amazing. And I hope you're happy with the results now, right?
Yes. I won't be changing it anytime soon now.
Awesome. I'm going to go check it out. I want to see what you've done. So One Virtual Mama. All right, I'm going to go put that on my list to do today. Awesome. Let's see. Erica, hi. Can you talk?
Hi, yes, I can. I had myself muted so I didn't like my dog's bark.
Yeah. How yeah, totally understand. Do you want to give us a win from this week in your business?
Sure. So I am an interior designer and home stager. I reached out, I'm assuming, to you on Instagram. That's how I found you guys. So I'm really excited to be here. Pretty much my business has come to a halt besides new builds. And I actually was contracted this week to consult on a new build. So that was huge for me right now because virtually everything has stopped.
That's awesome.
And now there's a little something coming in, so that was definitely a big win for me this week.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm really, really excited for you. And yeah, we're really happy to have you here. So if you want to, most of these ladies do know each other, and it's a small group today, which is kind of nice. You can get to know us a little better. We've had quite a big meeting going every week, but if you want to introduce yourself and just tell us the name of your business and exactly what you do, that'd be great.
So I'm Erica Davis. My business is Erilyn Interiors. We do full service interior design as well as offer DIY packages for people to implement the design themselves, renovation, and we do home staging for real estate agents, occupied and vacant staging. So we bring in lots of beautiful furniture, make the house look gorgeous, and it helps them sell it in the end. So
that's awesome. And you are in good company. We, in our group, we don't like say only one person from every industry. Like we want everyone to work together or to at least get ideas off each other. And we do have a couple of interior designers in our group and they're amazing. So yeah, excited for you to meet them as we go on here.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Steph, can you talk or are you just, if you don't answer me, I'll assume you just can't talk right now, but.
Hey. I'm actually just coming back from an errand. I had to get some dog medication. I guess that's considered essential. But you know what? Business with am I here?
It's really hard to hear you, Steph. I might have to come back to you on this. We can't hear you. It's kind of breaking up. So we'll have to come back. Well, Well, I'm sure your win was awesome, but we're gonna have to come back to you because we're breaking up and couldn't hear you. Noelle, hey Jody, we see you there. Noelle, hey.
Hi Jody. I was gonna call you in a little bit.
Oh, when I was hopping on, Rosie called me and I'm like, nah. So I could hear you saying, hi Jody, you're muted. I'm like, yeah, I'm muted.
Anyone who hears the big siren, it's because Jody knows who's calling me and has been driving me all day long.
And ladies, just so you know that hopped on just now, we're just going around and giving us a win from this week, a business win to, spread some positivity here and show everybody's working their hardest. But okay, Noelle, what's a big business win you've had this week, or a little one?
Out a contract and in my invoice for a discovery call I had yesterday. So awesome. But I got a verbal commitment, so that's exciting. And then I've had a lot of discovery calls, which has been interesting given the times we're in. But so that was exciting. That was my win.
That's fantastic. Good for you. Glad to see you rocking and rolling despite everything going on. Hey, Steph. Who did I miss? Diana, do you want to talk or do you want us to pass? Hang on. Let me see if I can unmute you. Okay, there you go.
I moved into my room now, so I can hear you guys better, and hopefully you can't hear all the commotion out there. Yeah, so it was kind of going in and out before when you guys were talking. You're asking for wins for this week?
A business win this week, yeah.
Okay.
Last week.
I think I was saying last week, I've actually gotten a lot of emails all of a sudden from a lot of different brands that are wanting to get some work done and get some, recipe development and photos and sponsored posts done. So that's really good. I have one that I've confirmed and then 2 that are in negotiations right now. And one of those 2 is actually for a stockpile of 30 recipes for a brand that's based out of Miami. So it's actually and it's produce related. So it's a really great match for my brand and what I'm doing. So I had a call with them yesterday and everything sounds really promising. So now they are talking, so I got it through a marketing agency and now they're going to talk to their client, the customer, and see if they think it'd be a good fit, and so hopefully it'll all work out, because that would be amazing to have like a contracted thing that extends over a period of time, especially during this time when I can dedicate the time to do it. So
that's amazing.
That would be a big scope of project. So
awesome. Well, I hope it works out. You have to let us know. That's amazing. Very cool. Steph, what's up, girl?
Hey.
Do you want to give us a win?
Yeah, so I've been just calling people that, I have in my phone or that I've met here or there, and just kind of doing wellness checks on everybody. And it's not like super business related exactly, but I've had a lot of elderly people this week that have needed help getting groceries and things. So I've been making some deliveries. And then tomorrow I'm starting to collect food for local food pantries, just doing like no contact door pickups. So that's kind of been like the highlight of my week right now. That's lifted my mood and my spirit a lot, being able to help people. And I have 2 closings next week. So that's the other thing that I'm focused on right now.
That's amazing. That's awesome, Steph. I saw your posting about picking up food, and I was like, I was going to answer on there that I'd do it, but I'm like, is that really going to be a pain in your booty to have to drive all the way to Jupiter to like pick up food? I don't want to make it.
I'm going to, like anyone who's in Jupiter, I'm going to do that all at like one time, or if anyone's in Boca, I'll try to organize those all at one time. So I'll be doing it over the next, at least the next 2 weeks. But I'm also with my broker going to be doing, we have like a big charity day on May 14th. That's called Red Day. And we usually collect food, but we might be collecting school supplies for all the kids that are home right now and don't necessarily have all the supplies they need to get their work done. So I'll keep you guys posted on that too.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thanks. That would be very cool. You're such a do-gooder. You've been showing up really, really awesome on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere. I've been really impressed. So
thanks. Well, it's funny. It's like, I know it's helping people, but it's almost feels selfish, because it's like, it helps me a lot just because it helps me feel like I'm doing something and, doing good. So.
Well, I was going to say, you're like full like makeup and outfits and everything. And I'm like, man, like she's really looking.
Oh my gosh. Well, like the one video I posted, I wish I wanted to like go back and fix it, but I was like, I'm not doing my hair and makeup again for that. But I'm actually recording videos today. That's why I have hair and makeup done today.
Oh, gotcha. Very good. Hey, Jody, what's up?
Hey.
Hi. You want to give us a professional win from this week? By the way, I'm not on TikTok, but we just downloaded it the other day because my kids wanted to see it, and I've been seeing you posting stuff on there. It's really.
So I'm trying to learn TikTok at my age.
Yeah. I like to figure
I'm
out
so young.
Yeah. So do you have any wins this week professionally that you want to tell us about?
I do have a couple of partnerships going on. One of them was really, really good, and we negotiated. I signed a contract with them. I was so excited, and then they called off they were doing like an ad with my birthday picture.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and I was so excited. We've been negotiating. I filled out contracts yesterday, and then the company decided to not do it.
Oh, I'm so
I'm like, but that actually helps me, push me more to, get something else. But yeah.
It is a win too, because you got it, right? Like you made it happen and you got it. It's just, you can't help it that the powers that be made this, made them cancel it, but you got it. You went after it. So good for you. That is a win. That's awesome.
Yeah. And the marketing company, they were so upset. They're like, we thought it was a great idea that they were doing. But it was a win. It's a win. I'm not mad about it, but I'm kind of like,
yeah.
Maybe they'll call me back up and they're like, now they want to put the ad back on.
Yes, exactly.
So,
yeah.
But we'll see.
All right, let's see. Hannah, we haven't seen Hannah in a long time.
Hi, Hannah.
Hey, girl. Let's see. Let's unmute you. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I muted myself.
No worries.
It's not on.
Well, welcome. We're happy to see you and see your face. Do you want to give us a professional win? I know we're kind of running over here. So do you want to give us a professional win that you've had in the past week?
I actually so I got furloughed 2 weeks ago, or 2.5 weeks ago, however long ago it was.
Which is not
yeah. But I got placed with a friend of mine who's in HR kind of placement, and she found me another company that's hiring. So I might, hopefully this week, I might actually secure another job, basically kind of doing the same thing I was doing, just in a different field. So we'll see. Could be exciting. I have no idea. So I'm in that final stages of unemployment filing craziness, and then waiting to hear from this company. So we'll see.
Good luck with that. Very excited for you. Let's see, Lauren, I think you're the only one that we haven't talked to. We may come back to Steph, but Lauren, do you want to say hello and give us a win from this week? Oh, maybe I need to unmute her. Hang on. She might not be able to talk. Let's see. Okay, well, I can't unmute for some reason. So if Lauren and Steph want to say something, just pop up in the chat box there. But let's get started on this week's hot topic. So last week we talked about coming up with like a narrative and a story that you're using during this time to talk to your audience, to talk to those that are, important to your business about like how you're functioning during this time as a business, not like personally how you're functioning, but how your business is functioning and how you can still serve your audience. Like Steph is doing, online virtual tours of homes. She can pretty much do a lot, probably online or over the phone with people, and, a lot of discovery calls and that sort of thing. So that is her message, and she's doing that. She's putting it out there, and that's her narrative that she is telling people, this is how I can help you during this time, and this is how I can keep my business going. So a big obstacle to that for a lot of us, I think, is feeling like, I don't want to be pushing out there and like acting like, trying to get rich, and like trying to take advantage of people. It's nothing like that. It's just that I'm trying to run my own business too, and when I say me, I'm talking about all of us, but we're trying to run our own businesses and trying to keep the doors open and keep things going and keep the bills being paid. So I just want you to kind of get over that, or not get over, but like accept that mindset that like, I'm not being pushy or asking for too much. I'm serving, and I am letting people know that this is how I can serve you, during this time. Because once this is over, I plan on being fully functioning and back up and running, like normal again. So that was last week's discussion, and we talked about that, and I challenged each of you to do that. And if you weren't on the call last week, or you haven't had a chance to do that, I would highly encourage you to take some time this week and think about that. Am I already doing it? First of all, you might be doing it without even realizing it, like you just didn't do it intentionally. But if you are not doing it, then intentionally think about what you want to say to your audience or to your potential clients, your ideal customer avatar, all those people, and think about, how do I want to present how I am acting, what I'm doing for my business, and how I can serve those people during this time. And then either put a post out about it, or a blog post, or stories, or something that you can come back to and that you can repost every week, or kind of redesign every week, but with the same message to start. So that was last week. I know a lot of you weren't here, so I wanted to kind of mention that. But this week I wanted to tell you about a really easy way and free way that you can get people, to your audience or your potential clients, to trust you and to want to listen to you and to be interested in what you're doing, even if they don't want to purchase or buy from you now or become a client now, but they may in the future. And that is testimonials. So we have got to do a better job, or I have got to do a better job, not you guys. I've got to do a better job of getting testimonials from past clients. And so I was thinking about that this week, and I thought, oh, I'm going to talk about this week, because I want to hear from some of you. If you are doing this already, you are getting testimonials from clients, and find out, how you're using them and where you're using them. And that's why I kind of said, I think Noelle does this already. I know a lot of you do. But there's several ways to get those testimonials that are pretty easy, and there's several ways to use them. But some of the ways you can get testimonials is for every client that you have, a paid client, whether it's, an actual, like somebody who comes to me for my service and uses the styling service, or for Diana, somebody that it's maybe not a paying client, but like somebody who uses her recipes, who likes them, or an actual brand that she works with, that has worked with her in the past, and that has, experienced how she does business. So whatever it is, the people that you are reaching, your audience, how can you ask them how you did, right? How can you find that out, and then how can you use that information to then spread to others? Because we all want to know, we all want recommendations, we all want people to tell us like who they recommend, our friends to tell us. I want to know from you guys, like, oh, I need this, like who do I go to? And you guys are going to tell me, because you're my friends, I trust you, I trust your opinions. And so you can do a few things. One is to create an email, that you send out as soon as you're done with a client, or done working with a client, to send out an email that's pretty standard and ask them to, give some feedback or answer specific questions. We don't want to just ask like yes or no questions, like, did the work I did satisfy you? Yes or no. We want to find out, like, what did you like about this step that I did? Or what did you like, what did you feel like your needs were met, and and explain, or something. You want to give these open-ended questions. So you could use this as an email. You could set up a kind of a landing page that you could use a link for, that you can send to your clients. You want to make it really easy for them to do this, right? So you want to make it's one click. Like if somebody sends me, I get an email asking me to do a survey, or some sort of a testimonial, like a client survey or customer survey. I want it to be like one click thing, where I'm just like click, and then I can go ahead and fill it in. We don't want to make them go through too many hoops. You could also maybe put it in your bio, or put it in a post, like a link to where they could answer these questions. You can ask the questions in a post and just have people comment. So if you have an active Facebook or Instagram, and you want to ask people, hey, if you've worked with me in the past, I would love to talk to you or get some feedback from you. And maybe they'll just, throw up a, I'm interested, or yes, I will do it for you. And then you can reach out to them personally. So figuring out a way, or even a couple of ways to get that feedback from your clients would be amazing. Anybody that you ever offered a discount to, or a deal to, or some sort of introductory offer or a special offer, those people, I would automatically assume that they would want to do some sort of testimonial for you. And from now on, when you create any type of offer that is discounted or special or sale or any of that sort of thing, kind of tag onto that. In exchange for this, I really like to find out what you thought at the end, and just kind of get them to buy into that idea from the get-go. You can also, I did this last week, I put on stories, really simple. Everybody loves to answer the stories, right? loves the little quizzes or the yes or no or typing in something. And I think I just put on there, like, what do you love about being in the business, in BCM, and Business Casual Mastermind? And I got so many great answers from so many of you. And those are now testimonials as to why you guys like being a member of the group. So that's a really fun way to do it as well. If you know that you like past clients of yours or people that are involved with your business are on your social media sites and engaging with you, then that's a really fun way to do it as well. Anytime somebody sends you a text message or an email or a DM and it's complimentary, or it's, you know, it says something in there that is flattering, screenshot it and create a little folder in your, you know, in your cameras, in your photos that says like kudos or testimonials or, you know, whatever you want to call it. Screenshot it and then stick it in that folder. So then when you are on stories or on Instagram or on your website or wherever, and you can just go in there and look really easily and find those things, that positive feedback. So obviously we want to use positive feedback to put out there, and any negative or critical feedback that you get should be used for self-growth or changes or, you know, that sort of thing. But you want to put out the positive stuff and let people know, like, hey, I do have actual clients and people do like to work with me. I'll even put out pictures so what I do, you know, as a stylist, I'll have a lot of women of my clients that will do like a selfie photo of their outfit and be like, hey, this is what I'm wearing today. I love it. Thanks for helping me put it together. So I'll just like kind of scratch out their face, do the screenshot and their name, and, you know, and put that out there, because then people know, like, oh, she really does work with ladies. Like, she does, you know, she does help people. And it's just more social proof that, that I'm out there, you know, actually working with people. So I think it's, you know, really great for, not only is it a way for potential clients and customers to see that you're doing a good job, but it's also, like I said, social proof that, hey, yeah, she actually does this. She works, you know, and so it's just kind of a, it legitimizes what you do, right? And makes you seem like she's for real. So the other thing, where is it? I was gonna say, so the other place, where can you use these testimonials? And you can use them in emails. You can use them in stories. Like I said, you could use them in posts. You could create posts around them. You know, if you have a really particularly good one or something that really strikes that you think that your audience would relate to really well, then it's great to create something around that. Create an entire post around that. You know, one of those pictures that someone sends me of an outfit that they put together for them and that they love, I can then kind of shift that into a post. Like, you know, do you usually struggle with putting something together on your own, and, you know, you'd like some guidance and somebody to help you? Well, that's what I do. And here's, you know, Sarah F was saying, you know, that she really likes that I do that for her. So you can kind of twist that into more content that you could use. So your website is a fantastic place to put these testimonials. You know, you can put them in pretty much anywhere, but people like to see, just like they like to get referrals from friends, they like to see that, hey, other women or other people are using your service or your product and that they really like it. The other thing would be to use it, obviously, on sales pages. So if any of you have your own services and products that you're selling and you're doing your own sales pages, then testimonials is exactly where that should go, so that people can, it helps them just kind of push that extra, you know, give them that little extra push to make the sale, or not to make a sale, but to complete the sale or to purchase whatever it is that you're selling. Is like they're kind of on the fence, and then they see, like, oh, all these positive things that are being said about you and your service, and then maybe just push them over the side, you know, push them over towards you a little better, so a little more. My words are really messed up today, sorry guys. So I was saying the screenshot and DM. So let me hear from you guys, anybody that wants to speak up, if you've been using testimonials and where you're using them. Noelle, I know you use testimonials, right? And stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of my clients use them in the way you just said, where they'll screenshot them, or they'll create like a graphic and, you know, write a post around it. It's actually funny you say that, because the beginning of this year, one of my goals was to spend more time in my business. And I had a business coach for a few months, and she was like, you don't have any testimonials. And it just kind of, I didn't think about it. Right. And it wasn't because I just never asked for them. So I asked all my clients for them, and they were like more than willing and gracious to provide them. So like now I'm like, this was a great reminder, because I'm like, put them on my website, but I need to like put them on my social media too.
Right. And I think too, we sometimes get caught up, like we feel bad asking for stuff, right? We feel bad, like, asking for more. But listen, this is the time. If anyone was ever going to support you and help you, but they don't have the money or they can't buy your services again, if they can give you a testimonial or a little, sorry, the shadow's really bad here. They can give you a little, kudos for what you did for them in the past. I think that people are more than happy to do that right now and more than, willing. So this is a great time to do that. And past, if you're somebody who does brand deals, like you work with brands, this is a great time to reach out to that contact person and ask them, if you enjoyed working with me in the past, then, would you mind writing a little one sentence? And you're not asking for a book or a story, you're asking for a couple of sentences. So I think it's a very reasonable ask.
I was always afraid to ask, and I was well surprised on how many people were like, absolutely, and like sent it to me within like an hour. You know what I mean? So
that's awesome. And it can be as simple as a text message or, something really, really easy. So I think sometimes we make these things really grandiose and big in our head, and then we get overwhelmed by it. I do it. I know I do it. And, and it just seems like this monumental task when it could be really as simple as, I have 4 or 5 clients in the last few months. I can just text them and say, hey, can you tell me what you thought of my services, or what, about what we did together? And I'm sure I could get a text message back like that. So I think if we get caught up in that. So who else is using testimonials here? Anyone else want to raise hands? Steph?
So I just started doing testimonials where I'm sending out an email to past clients. And I know it's one of those things that like you can just, as a customer, put it aside, like, oh, I need to write her a review, and then like you just don't get to it. So to kind of put a little bit of emphasis on it, what I've been writing in the verbiage of the email is like, oh my gosh, like I'm sending you this email because I just realized like your file is still on my desk because I don't have a testimonial from you yet, and I can't file it until I have your testimonial. So just to help almost like put a little bit of pressure on it, but because people are home right now, a lot of people are home right now and have some extra time depending on your situation. It's been more successful lately than it even has in the past. And for me as a realtor, what I've been doing is offering them a gift card if they complete a review on 4 different sites. So like Zillow, Facebook, Google, and I think like realtor.com is the 4th one that I have on there. And then I'll send them the gift card with a little note. And then I also, a few weeks ago, I think her last name is Kefitz. Mariana Kefitz came to one of our meetings, and she's been doing some videos for me for my houses. And she's also done some testimonial videos for me. So I like send her to their house, and she records it and edits it for me and makes this really nice little video. I actually have some, and I haven't even posted them yet, so I need to post them this week. But then I've been creating a folder, so I'm going to make like a highlight reel on Instagram of testimonials, so when people go to my highlights they can see that also. And then if you don't want to spend the money to hire somebody, but you want an actual video testimonial, something that I've seen other people do in real estate is just ask them to record their own testimonial video. And you can even use, I know Hannah has some apps that she uses to edit videos. Mm-hmm. I haven't done any editing myself yet. It's on my to-do list. But ask them to answer the question where they like say the question at the beginning of the sentence. So if like, what was the best thing about working with Stephanie? Then they're like, well, the best thing about working with Stephanie was, and then they're just answering the question in their own video and they send it to you. So that's something that if you want that video testimonial, but you don't want to pay for the professional, you can have them do it themselves if they're comfortable being on video.
That's awesome advice. I love that. I didn't even touch on that. 2 things I didn't touch on that Steph brought up is one is the video testimonials like that. And it's really simple to use those little splice apps that, for editing, or you can use iMovie on your phone. But I love that, Steph. But the second thing is the actual professional testimonials, like the thing that, not professional, that's not the word. The ones that for sites, like for Facebook reviews, Yahoo, Google, Yahoo? Who's Yahoo? Oh my gosh. Google reviews, Yelp, those type of things that do have, are applicable to your businesses. So if your business is, on I don't know, does LinkedIn do reviews? I don't know. Anyway, the different places though that you can have reviews posted for people to go on. That is a fantastic idea. She's offering a little incentive. Like, listen, if you go onto these 4 places and write a, couple of sentences about me, you're going to get this. But even if you don't have incentive, money or something to give out, but if you just asked those people that were already so willing to give you a review, if you ask them like, hey, do you mind going to my Facebook page and just writing, copy and pasting those sentences in there, on a review. I mean, something like that could be really helpful to you because again, it's somewhere for your testimonials to live. So it just depends on the business that you're doing where those are important, but I really love that idea. So both of those things are super helpful, and I'm adding those into our list here. Anybody else want to talk about testimonials and where they've had some positive things going on? Yes, Miss Erica. Let's see. Erica, for those of you that joined in late, Erica is new to our group and she is an interior designer. So go ahead, Erica.
So I've had a lot of success with using like a third party to extract the testimonial for my clients because I found, hey, do you mind writing a few sentences? It's like, oh yeah, Erica was great. It was nice. My house is pretty, blah, blah, blah. Boring, right? Yeah. And I have someone that contacts them. She spends about 20 minutes talking to them. And she pulls all this information, a lot more details that are personal. And then what she does is she crafts the testimonial and sends it back to the client and they approve it. So once she does that, then she sends the testimonial, once I approve the testimonial, sends it back to the client, and then they can post on those various sites. And I think she's like $50 for a testimonial, which I just build into my project fee. And it has really, I think, helped my business. And I hate asking for favors like that anyway. So to push it off onto someone else is really, really nice.
That's awesome. And so she has success like getting in touch with people then and talking to them, or do you just tell her like, hey, this lady's going to call you to ask you for your opinion?
Well, that's what I do. Yeah. So I will send like an email between the 3 of us and say, hey, Trisha's going to, get in contact with you to, get the testimonial. And I just say that, my PR consultant is what she calls herself. So she does that. And then they find a time to speak on the phone. But she spends some time talking to them so that she can really, get them more personalized than, hey, it was great.
Right. No, that's fantastic. I love that. I think that's a fantastic idea.
And I can share that contact with anybody that would be interested as well.
Yes. If anyone is, reach out. And Erica, are you on our Facebook group yet?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'll do it right now.
It's Business Casual NPB, like North Palm Beach. Excuse me. And so go on there and request to join. And that way, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, they can. And
awesome. Alrighty.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Does anybody else want to say anything about testimonials? Because I do have one more announcement to make. If not, or if you do, please, Diana. Yes. Hang on. Let me make sure. Okay. There you go.
So for me, testimonials can look a couple different ways because of the, specific nature of being online and all those things. So one of the things, there are actual star ratings that you can add to recipes on recipe sites.
Oh, yeah.
I've been hesitant about doing it because I've heard pros and cons about it, because it can actually ding your site if people are, sometimes people don't follow directions and then they're still rating a recipe based on how it turned out for them, but they may not have followed it the way that you specified.
Right.
So that's one of the kind of like, I'm not sure if I should do it or not. But if people are using it correctly and you have a lot of users that are willing to use it, then it can be a positive thing. Comments are another thing. I don't know why for years I have struggled with people commenting on my stuff. I don't know if it's like difficult to do. For a while, I know that the platform that I was using instead of WordPress, it was difficult. Like it would make people do like one of those like I'm not a robot type things, but it was like too many steps, and so it was hard for people to actually comment on there, and therefore I think people just stopped. But those obviously, like when you're going on a recipe site or something online, people do scroll down to the bottom to see if other people have made it, and it can kind of give some legitimacy to whether or not this recipe is worth making. So, but for me also, just because of being hired by brands and all that stuff, whenever you guys are making, and I say you guys because I think Leanne, you've done it, and I know Stephanie's done it too. If you're making anything of mine, if you tag me in it and, give me the ability to reshare onto my stories, or, just even commenting on, something, saying like, oh my gosh, this looks great, I'm going to try it, or like, oh, I'll let you know when I try it, or whatever. Like, brands see those things on my end. So that's what they're wanting to look for, is people that are engaging. So that, to me, like, even though it's not the typical kind of, the same type, right, that you're talking about, that's kind of how it works on my end. So if ever you do make something of mine, make sure to let me know so that I can, give you a shout out too. And it's kind of like, some people, that's actually one of the benefits of with social media. A lot of people do like it when you reshare their stuff, like if they made a cake or whatever it is and they're excited about it. So that is kind of an incentive in itself. I don't have to, like, send anyone a gift card or anything like that. But but yeah, so that's just kind of how it works on the blogger influencer side of things.
I get super excited, like if I tag somebody and then they repost when I tag. Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know, it's really fun.
Especially if it's like somebody you've followed for a long time, or whatever. I'm like, I have my favorites too, and I get super. I'm like, oh, they mentioned me, and
me
sometimes
too.
you do get likes out of it too, because their audience is following and wants to see who they're following, and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's really great. A very good strategy too, because Diana's business is a little different. It looks a little different, her end user basically, than than a lot of our other people here. So I do love that idea. I love, like, make sure if you are using any of Diana's recipes to tag her at the Kitchen Prep. And but I was going to say this too. It's the same thing for business casual. If you can, if you're doing any of these things that we talk about, if you can tag at Business Casual Mastermind, or even hashtag Business Casual Mastermind, and you can hide tag us, like hidden tag, like you don't have, I'm not looking for you to like promote us like that. I want to be able to reshare what you're doing and reshare the stuff. Again, that's like a testimonial for us, right? It's, oh, hey, I came up with this, like, I don't know what to say, but if you do a testimonial, and this is the wrong way I'm saying it, but anyway, if you're applying any of the tactics that we discuss in our meetings, and then you go and do them and you're tagging us, it gives me opportunity to say, hey, look, Jody's using this because this is what we discussed at our last meeting. I'm kind of like taking it a step back. But I just think you have to think outside of the box sometimes. Like, if it's not always exactly calling a customer and saying, hey, can you give me some great words that, some things that I did. Sometimes it is thinking outside the box. Sometimes it is using stories, or getting, people to answer little quizzes and things like that. I mean, you can do a lot of different fun things in order to get the, like the social proof that you need to show potential clients, because this is all to show new people and new clients and new customers that you're legit, and that you do a great job, and that you'll be great to work with, and so that they'll have the same experience that these people have had as well. So that's why it's so important. Thanks so much for sharing that, Dana. That was awesome. Okay, if anyone else wants to talk about testimonials, we can keep going. Let me know. Otherwise, what I'd like to do is let you guys know that emails are still going out. So if you are not getting them, and Erica, you may have to give me your email address. I don't think I have it. But I am starting to do a lot more like freebies and templates and things to send out to you guys. So I will do some stuff and put together some things for you, as far as it's Erica Lynn Interiors. Oh, Era Lynn Interiors. Hang on, let me write that down before I forget. Era Lynn Interiors.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. And thanks, Ashley, for saying you love the freebies. I've only done a little bit here, but I'm going to keep putting together stuff. I'm going to put together some more things about getting testimonials, put together all these ideas for you guys that we came up with and we talked about. And it's Erica at Erica. Sorry, I'm trying to write this thing down, interiors.com. Okay. So keep an eye out for those emails and for those things coming at you. What else can I say? I had a whole list here. Now I don't see it on my notes. Okay. I don't know. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there, and I can't see. These are my notes, like from today. Like, I can't read what I'm writing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I am doing another meeting tomorrow night. It's the same topic, so don't feel like you have to come to 2 meetings a week or anything. It's just to give other people an option who are just too busy during the day to join us. So we'll be discussing these same things, and I'll be taking all your ideas and everything that you guys talked about and putting it there as well. And then next week we'll do this again, and we'll we'll have a new hot topic for next week. But I really want to plan something big for when we get out of this. So I want your ideas. I'm going to put this in our Facebook group, but I do want your ideas for what we can do. I mean, obviously we want to get together, but I don't like to just get together and hang out. I like to make it, there be an impact and something actionable to do. So I don't know if we want to do some sort of like showcase where everybody gets to highlight their business somehow. I want it to be exciting and fun for you too. I'm sure a lot of it's we're just going to be catching up and being happy to see each other. But I want to put something together that's really good that we can look forward to when this is all over, when we're not afraid to stand close to each other again. I don't know when that'll be, but so let me know what you guys think. If you have any ideas of things you would like to do, I mean, should we, do it at our normal place like Perk or whatever? And I know they're not normally open in the evening. Maybe we can get them to open up in the evening one night. Hopefully they're still there, and I don't know, you guys just kind of come up with some ideas if you have any. If not, I'll handle it, but I just wanted to know if you had any input on ways or things to make it special when we get back. So that's all I've got for y'all today. Stay tuned for your emails this week. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks to our new faces and for coming back. For those of you that are new to our group, and tell your friends, spread the word. We'd love to have more faces on here because I love seeing all of you. And that's it. So thank you guys. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next weekend.